Hello YouTube, this is Silver Sonic coming at you with another video. This time I'm bringing you my Blue Eyes felgrand deck. So let's get started. First off, we have 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. I like the original artwork most of all, so I got 3 of those. Next, 3 alternative dragons, able to be special summoned by revealing a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand and can destroy 1 monster on the field. But he can't attack that turn, though you could probably use him for an Xyz or a Synchro Summon. Next, 2 Dragons Spirit of White. When normal or special summoned, they can banish a spell or trap card on your opponent's side of the field. Also, if your opponent controls a monster, you can tribute this guy and summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. Next, 1 White Stone of Legends, for synchroing and also for searching a Blue Eyes White Dragon so I can summon alternative easier or trade in. Next, 3 White Stone of Ancients. When sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. This includes the Dragon Spirit of White or normal Blue Eyes White Dragon. You can't do alternative. Also, if 2 are sent to the graveyard at the same time, you can use both their effects. The only effect that can only be used once per turn is the effect in which you can banish it and get a Blue Eyes card back to your hand from the graveyard, like an alternative or a Blue Eyes. Next, 3 Sages. When summoned, they can search, though if you don't have any other plays, you're kind of in trouble with that 0 attack points. Also, by targeting another monster, including itself, so if you have 2 Sages on the field, you can use the one in your hands effect to target this one and summon a Blue Eyes monster from the deck, like a Spirit or a Blue Eyes White Dragon. 1 Maiden. No people take her out, but I still like her as she can combo with the Sage, so it can get you 2 Blue Eyes monsters. 1 Dragon Spirit to banish a spell trap card, and 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from hand, deck, or graveyard. Master with Eyes of Blue. This lets, when he's normal summoned, you can get a level 1 light tuner back from your graveyard, like Maiden or Sage. Also, if he's in the graveyard, you can target an effect monster, like Maiden, and then send her to the graveyard, and then summon a Blue Eyes from the graveyard. This also works for Blue Eyes' fusion forms and synchro forms. Next, Deep Eyes White Dragon. People don't normally play this, but I honestly find that he's really good. When a Blue Eyes monster of yours is destroyed by battle or an effect, you can special summon this guy from your hand, and when you do that, you can actually you do 600 points of damage to your opponent for each dragon with a different name in your graveyard. This kind of backfires a little because alternative is treated as Blue Eyes White Dragon while in the graveyard. Also, his ability gives him the attack points of 1 Blue Eyes monster in the graveyard. So you play something like Chaos Max or Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate, then he can gain 4,500. Also, if he's destroyed by an effect, he'll destroy all monsters the opponent controls. 1 Keeper, just in case for defense, so I can also get my dragons back. An effect failure to negate. 1 Honest, because you never know when you may need a power boost. 1 Divine Dragon Felgrand, Lord Felgrand, and 1 Archbrave. It's kind of bricky whenever you draw Archbrave. You always want to get him in the graveyard as fast as possible, because when sent to the graveyard, you can then summon a dragon from the graveyard, like Felgrand, whose ability is when he's summoned from the graveyard, you can banish a monster from your opponent's field or graveyard, and he gains a boost times the level or rank times 100. Also, if he destroys a monster by battle, you can summon a level 7 or 8 dragon from the graveyard, like Archbrave, who banishes face-up spells and traps, which could go good against pendulums. And final monster is 1 Maxi for draw power. Now we move on to the spells. I don't use trap cards. So first we have 3 trade-ins for all the targets we have. 3 Return of the Dragon Lord for the Blue Eyes. This also works for alternative. If you summon him first, then he gets destroyed, then you can bring him back again. Also, while in the graveyard, you can banish it and then protect your dragons from destruction from like Regeki or Dark Hole. 3 Melody for searching, so you can ditch like a stone or maybe like Maiden or Master, or maybe an Archbrave to the grave so you can get your alternative and Blue Eyes to your hand. 2 Dragon Ravines to send dragons to the grave, including Keeper, Archbrave, Felgrand, and the stones. 2 Twin Twisters for back row. 1 card of constants for the stones. I feel like one's okay. 1 Soul Charge just in case. 1 Silver's Cry just for like an OTK, or maybe just to like get a dragon back to help you. 1 Dragon Shrine, another way to get dragons in the grave. And something that I'd personally like to add, the Claw of Hermos. You'll see you'll probably know why I add this, but I'll show you in a minute because I'm about to go to the extra deck now. So for the extra deck, we play 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword, which is amazing as the opponent never sees this coming, which is why I play the Claw of Hermos. It gives a 1 monster 1,000 points plus 500 for every dragon on the field and in both players' graveyards. So basically, Dark Paladin's effect. You never want to summon this thing when you don't have no monsters, because this thing's forced effect forces it to equip to a monster. So you may end up accidentally giving your opponent that sword. A Twin Burst Dragon. Next to the Synchros, we have a Moonlight Dragon, just to return and a Michael the Arch Lightsworn to banishing. We also play 1 Crystal Wing, which can be brought out with Soul Charge and Maiden with Soul Charge, and basically one of these 2 dragons. 2 Azorize for protection effect, and also to bring normal monsters back, including the Spirit and the Blue Eyes. 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragons. That way that can negate graveyard effects and makes your opponents so they can pendulum or Soul Charge back more than 2 monsters. And you can switch it out for something like Azorize or maybe Moonlight or Michael. You can cite this card out, but I play Dragulon in case I ever play a mirror match or some other dragon type deck, so I can either negate their dragon, special summon one from my hand, or steal one of their dragons. The only downside is that he has to be the only monster you control. Hope Harbinger, everyone should know how good this guy is. 1 Galaxy Ice Cypher Dragon. I like him because honestly the combos I get are good whenever I steal an Xyz monster from my opponent. I can overlay it for like Dark Matter or Full Armor, though that wouldn't really work in Links unless I had a Link monster on the field. 107, just for another target for Dark Matter. Also in case I need to negate an effect, if you don't really remember that, when at the start of the battle phase, you can negate all monster effects on the field, and if your opponent activates something that would activate in the graveyard, he can attack again with an extra 1,000. 1 Galaxy Edge Full Armor, and finally 1 number 95 Dark Matter. So guys, that's my deck profile, and I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you and goodbye.